Hey, what is up? It's Travis Kerr Family Flip Show. So today's episode, I'm going to show you some of the randomness that we buy and resell, and really focus in on a very important number, which is what do we get to keep at the end of it all. So I'm going to show you Friday, Saturday, Sunday sales. So essentially our weekend sales, and that generally comprises of about 25 to 33% of our overall sales. So stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to give you a full breakdown of what we actually get to keep from those sales. So anyway, stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. So if you've never seen this channel before, we're a family of resellers, primarily comprised of a father-son team, myself, who is a full-time banking professional, and my son, who's a senior in high school. And we buy things from thrift stores, yard sales, flea markets, Amazon return stores, really anywhere that we think that we can buy something low and then flip it for profit on eBay. And our primary mission is to show others how they can do this for themselves to accomplish their financial goals. So if you do like content like this, I would certainly be blessed if you would hit that like button and subscribe. Anyway, on to the show. Have a great day. So this is a Department 56 Christmas land tree toppers, probably paid around $10. I think we actually paid a little bit less than that because we lotted quite a few of these together at a yard sale. This just sold for $129.99, plus the buyer is paying shipping. So super good find. Love selling these. And this looks like this will go on top of a Christmas tree and maybe spins around or something. It says rotates on display. So pretty cool sell there. Next item going out is this KitchenAid attachment that goes on to what looks like the end of a KitchenAid mixer. And so this I bought just, I think, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago for $7.49. And this, believe it or not, just sold for $130. Free shipping. This thing does have some weight on it, so it will cost a little bit to ship this, but for $7.49 and $130 sell, we'll take that all day. And I bought this at the Amazon bin store. This item going out is this Control 4 control panel. I believe this is for a security system. I think we paid about $10 for this. And then this actually just sold for $139.99 free shipping. So we'll get this packed up and sent out, but $10 into $139.99. We'll take that all day long. So this is a Conair Body Benefits Bath Spa attachment. So this hooks up to your tub. I think I found this at Goodwill for like $14. And then this just sold for $89.99. So anything in this family, at least comp it out and look it up, because you'll be surprised at what some of these things will go for. So we'll buy these super shooters throughout the year, and sometimes we don't even list them. Like we just now listed several of these that we had, and they sell this time of year, which is in Q4. Really in that, mid-November to December timeframe. So this just sold for $25 plus the buyer paying shipping. But the cool part about these, kind of a seasonal sale, is that you can pick them up for $2 or $3 in many cases. So we buy these throughout the year and then list them kind of in Q4 where the value actually spikes. And there's several items like that. Another one is called a Cocoa Motion, which is a hot chocolate maker that we'll list at the end of the year and then just try to pick them up throughout the year. So these may not be good in most parts of the year, but this time of year, they actually generally spike up in value. Next up is I bought this little guy last year. So this has been around a while, but it's small, so I didn't mind waiting. And I believe we paid $5 plus tax on this, so maybe like $5.35. And so this is an espresso maker from Espresso. And this actually just sold for $90 free shipping. So we'll get this out to its new home. And again, if it's a small item and it actually sells for a decent amount, I don't really mind waiting for that type of sale. So $5 into 90, great turnaround there. Next item up is this Cuisinart motor to a food processor, most likely, I believe. We generally part these out. We may have paid $10 for the entire thing and then sell the attachments and pieces. The motor is generally like the slowest selling piece to just about anything, but this just sold for $38.99. So we'll get this out to its new home. The next thing up is this Primo water pump. I actually paid up for this at Goodwill for $10, even though I knew it would only sell for around $25 to and I think this ended up selling for $27.99. But the reason I did is because it had 20 listings and 20 sales, which tells me I'm not going to have to sit on that very long. So I'm certainly willing to pay up for an item if I know that it's not going to sit in inventory for very long. And so I just did the rough math after fees and shipping and everything, probably make about $10. And this was only listed for maybe a few days. So not really a bad turnaround if you know something's going to move quickly. Next up is this Titleist DCI 7 iron. This is actually a ladies iron. And so we can typically will buy these. I'm not sure if I bought this or Camden bought this one because DCI is one that we bought quite often. But this just sold for $19.99, but the buyer's paying shipping. Probably paid around $2 for this iron if I had to guess. So we'll get that out to its new home. So here's another example of paying up for something just because it'll move fast, even though the margins may not be as better as some of the items that you saw. So this is a C-Light LED light, and this is a model X19007HB5. So this just sold for $26.97. I listed it yesterday. It sold yesterday. $7.49 was what I paid for this. And I just did the math because I know this will probably cost, based off of how lightweight it is, probably cost around $4 to ship. So if you take the sales cost times 0.87, that will discount down around 13% in seller fees. And then if you subtract out what it costs to ship, I know that we'll probably make about $12 on this in a matter of one day. So again, not the hugest margins, but I don't mind because this is small, it's light, ships easy, stores easy, and sells fast. So just another example of why paying up for something with less margins is sometimes a good idea if you think it'll move quickly. Next up is this Breville juice fountain plunger. If you see our videos, you know that we part a lot of these things out. This one little piece just sold for $19.99, which is probably what we paid for the full unit. And we'll normally part those out into many times over $100 in various listings. I'm not sure what people do to these plungers to ka-chow them or whatever happens, but we sell a ton of these plunger replacement parts for these various juicers. So $19.99, and this will certainly be first class, so super cheap to send that out. Next up in the part out game is this New Wave motor piece that we'll send out. This just sold for $29.99. Again, we generally pay like $5, maybe $10 for these New Waves if we can find them. That's generally where we try to stay, and then we part them out. The glass or the plastic piece that goes around here generally sells probably the best in many cases for around $50, but this just sold for $30. So we'll get that packaged up. So this is a Sirius satellite radio complete vehicle kit. We probably paid around $5 for this, and this just sold for $25. I imagine these are probably where people want to put satellite radio in, maybe an older vehicle. So we've bought several of these before, and they generally sell pretty well. So $25, we'll get that sent out. This is a vintage Revereware 1-quart pot. So this little guy just sold for $25.97 free shipping. This will probably be pretty inexpensive to ship. It is a copper bottom, probably does need some cleaning, but that's the way that we listed this particular one. So they actually do make these smaller, I found out. And so there is an actual, I believe it's a 1-cup vintage Revereware that I've never ran across. There's another YouTuber that I follow named Early Bird Picker. Check out his channel. He had one on there the other day, and I let him know that it looked like a little Revereware keychain. So I'd love to run across one of those, but it's more like a Revereware measuring cup with the copper bottom. But anyway, anytime we find these, we probably pay maybe $3 for this. Anytime we can find these and they're in decent shape and they're cheap enough, we pick them up. These aren't going to be the high dollar sellers of like a Magnolite or even like a La Crusette that sell for, really high dollars, but they are generally fairly inexpensive and do sell, especially if you can get them in a set and kind of lot them together. So this is a Magnavox combo DVD VCR. This is really the bread and butter of any combo sales. You always look out for the Magnavox brand. They can do really, really well, especially if they have the remote. This one doesn't even work. We tested it out and it didn't work. We listed it for parts only. and it's still sold for $36.97. So just imagine if this thing worked and it had a remote. Some of these can sell for well over $100. So definitely be on the lookout for these. These are generally gray or black, and they are typically pretty light whenever you pick them up. So definitely Magnavox is a good brand to be on the lookout for when it comes to these combos. This next sale going out is a massage gun. We bought this for $7.49 at a bin store, and this just sold for $89.99, plus the buyer is paying the cost of shipping. So this is a Bob and Brad branded massage gun. I don't think we've ever sold this, so I would like to just go ahead and thank Bob and Brad both for this sale. So this is a Cuisinart lid that just sold for $18.99 free shipping. So again, we part these out quite a bit and probably paid almost nothing for this after you consider parting it out. But we'll get this packaged up and sent out. And then this is super light, so probably be around maybe $4 to ship this out. Next item going out is this light relief therapy thing. We got this at a flea market for, I believe, like maybe $5. And this just sold for $44. So we're going to get this packaged up and sent out. Light therapy items can be really good. This one wasn't one of the high-end ones, but we just sold one for, I want to say $300 to $400. And I'll try to flash that up on the screen. So anything in that light relief therapy family, definitely look it up because it could be worth big money. So here's the final breakdown. We received around $1,080.46 from our customers. eBay collects around 13% of that total number, which is $140.46. We paid only really around $130 of the items that you saw today. Our shipping cost was $165.91, and shipping supplies, give or take $1 per item as an estimate, was around $20. This brings our total fees to $456.37 for a net profit of $624.07 over just 3 days. And for you financial nerds out there, that's a 57% net profit margin or a 136% return on investment. Hey, thanks so much for watching this. We'll be sure to do many more. Please hit that like button and subscribe. See you soon.